You can't joke with my life's work. I'm sorry. You might feel comfortable about doing all that your nonsense.
What's your business? What I'm doing? Focus on your focus.
Your condescending thing, always talking down. People think that maybe you are
talk down on? Who am I talking down on? Why are you having a complex?
My dear,
I think I'm better than who? I think I'm better than who?
I
think I'm better than who? Why do you have a complex?
I do not better than who? Try me. I will slap your fucking face.
You think I have a complex? What are you saying? What are you saying?
What are you doing, Toyin? You shouldn't go this far now.
What are you saying?
Come on, Toyin.
What are you saying? It's failing her. The truth is better.
What is Housewives?
Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Gift Yusuf and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based here in California. So on this channel, I do a lot of reaction videos to movies, TV shows, and trending social media topics. Back again with another reaction video with the Real Housewives of Lagos reunion. Yes, as we all know, season 1 is over and they aired out a reunion part 1 and part 2. So I waited for the 2 parts to air before bringing you this amazing review on the reunion. So guys, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please, and share. Let your girl grow. Help me grow. Help me. So guys, on the first part of the reunion, we see that, you know, the girls were brought in. Uti was the host. Guys, I love Uti. If you don't know, Uti was in Big Brother Nigeria. It was a long time. Yeah, so he was the host. He introduced the girls in and they came looking glamorous and beautiful as always. Laura, Iyabo, Tiana, Mariam, and Chioma were introduced in. What's her name? Caroline was not there yet. So they just, you know, played a background, a rundown of the whole season 1, and the girls said they had a nice time, and Uti asked if they expected the attention they got from the show, and Laura said yes, she did expect it. I mean, it's the Housewives. And so then Uti then asked the girls if they thought Caroline was gonna show up, and the girls said no, but Chioma says she is gonna show up. She's positive Caroline is gonna show up because she loves drama. So first of all, the beginning of the reunion, the main gist while we're here. So Uti then started off with Laura asking her about her, you know, if she was offended by Chioma's comment when she said they were not friends, and Laura went ahead to say that Chioma said they were not friends, and she's 105% correct that they're not friends, although Laura explained that she addresses everyone as her friend. Her followers are her friends. People she meet on a daily basis are her friends. If she's met you more than once, or if you guys have spoken, she just says, oh, look at my friend over there, I met my friend there. You know, that's how she is. She's a bubbly kind of person. And Chioma also said she's a different kind of person. She doesn't just address people as her friends. She needs to have a private relationship, a personal relationship with you before she could call you her friend. And they didn't make a big fuss about it, you know. It was just a casual conversation and they were cool with it. Laura was not pissed, and Uti asked if Laura had a problem with Chioma, and Laura said no, she did not have a problem with Chioma. Not even because of Chioma saying they were not friends. It was because Chioma decided to side with Caroline and say because Laura had a problem with Caroline, that she was then gonna have a problem with Laura as well, and she was gonna fight Laura because of Caroline. So that was why Laura had a problem with Chioma. Yes. So after that, Uti then went ahead to also ask Laura about, you know, we all know in episode 1 and 2, you know, about how Laura started off with Caroline, how she heard that Caroline said a lot of stuff at the beach house that Iyabo hosted, because we all know Laura did not go because she said she had phobia for water. So Uti then asked her how she came of the how she heard of the news, who told her, or how did she hear about it, or was it a strategy? So Laura then went ahead to say that no one told her, it was just a strategy she used to hear or know who said things about her. And guys, we all know that Tiana told Laura that Caroline said stuff, and I did not know why Laura was still protecting Tiana. I mean, it's not like they're cool. I was kind of confused. And then she said it was just a strategy because she has had problems with Caroline before the show started, and so she just wanted to make Caroline know that yes, we're not cool, because Caroline has a problem with Laura's sister, and so Laura just wanted to make Caroline know that yes, we're not cool. And so Iyabo also made mention that because Laura has said no one told her, it was just a strategy. So Uti then asked Iyabo, because we all saw a scene, I think it was episode 2, where they went to the spa or the nail salon, and Laura kept mentioning that kept mentioning to Iyabo that Tiana told her. So Iyabo also said at the reunion that it was more than 3 times Laura said that Tiana was the one who told her. She kept saying, Tiana told me, Tiana told me. And so we're like, at this point, Laura should not cover up for Tiana. So Tiana then said, what kind of friend is Laura? She told her something, and she's going to go say she told her. I'm like, girl, bye. First of all, you're not a good friend, so I don't know why you expect loyalty from Laura when you didn't show Laura loyalty. Like, what kind of woman are you? You need to go to your dictionary and read the definition of friendship. Yes. So fast forward, with Uti then moved ahead to Mariam and asked her, you know, how because we all know Mariam came, I think it was at episode 4 of the show, how she felt coming in as a newbie, and if she had any game plan. And Mariam made mention that she had no game plan, and then they were gonna talk about how she felt, or the issue she had between her and Caroline. And funny enough, Mariam was like, they had no issue. It was like during the show, I mean, when they were watching the show, she saw that Caroline apparently has so much to say about her person. And that was when the almighty, the bountified liar, guys, yes, I'm so sorry, but Caroline is a bountified liar. I don't know what else to call her. Her Royal Highness, the Queen of Lies, walked in graciously, and she looked beautiful. She looked beautiful. Yes, I'm gonna give her that. She looked beautiful. She went to Uti, gave him a peck, and she said hi to the girls. Like, oh girl, you're trying to be petty. She said hi to the girls. No one said hi back, and she sat down. And Mariam continued her statement, saying it was the way, you know, it's not like she had a problem with how Caroline welcomed her, but she was kind of comparing it to how the other girls welcomed her and the way Caroline welcomed her, and she didn't feel welcomed by Caroline because of the handshake. And she saw how, you know, during Caroline's diary session, she's saying, oh, she's bitch this, bitch that, can she use another vocabulary? And then Caroline said it's because she wasn't feeling well, she had the flu or something, she was not even supposed to be in that episode, so that's why she gave her that kind of a handshake. And then and guys, so Mariam, just let's go back, you know, when Mariam was talking about her first impression, I mean Caroline's first impression of her, and she was saying she watched Caroline's diary session, and she saw how Caroline was complaining about Mariam's person, how she kept using bitch this, bitch that why can't she use another vocabulary. And we all know they play the truth or dare, and Caroline kept saying, oh, you've done this, oh, you've done that, girl. And then Mariam said, girl, you know, you've done worse, the streets are talking. I said, girl, you can't just start spilling you can't just start, like, when this is, you want to spill the tea, you can't just start and not finished. We're the audience, we're here, we want to hear more. This is what we're here for. We want to hear the tea. So she started, and oh my god, Mariam did not finish. Guys, I was so pissed about it. And she said, you know, the streets. And guys, so when Mariam said the streets are talking, Caroline said, if she wants to listen to the streets, I can't stop her. And if the streets want to talk, I can't stop them. I was like, ooh, that was a nice line. That was nice. Guys, we gotta give it to Caroline. You came prepared. I'm sure, guys, she wrote down 8 like lines, different lines. If this person says this statement will go to them. If this person says this I won't lie, guys, in this reunion, Caroline came prepared. She came scripted. Yes. So moving on, Uti then went ahead to address Laura and her personality. She said, we want to know who is the real Laura. And Laura said she's a very bubbly person. She's friendly. She loves to play. She loves to have fun. But then she holds grudges. Uti says she looks like someone who doesn't hold grudges, but she says she holds grudges. She can hold grudges for like 3 years and not let it go. It's hard for her to let it go. And I was like, she said that really like she was gonna receive an award. I won't lie. So yeah, so then not Iyabo, guys. So Tiana then went ahead to say that when she knows Caroline is a very bubbly person and a happy person, because the Caroline that is on the show is not the same Caroline as she is in person. So I guess she's feeding the audience how she wants to be perceived, because you can be this and at the other hand portray that you're this kind of other person on the media. And then Uti then went ahead to address Chioma's lateness. Guys, Uti brought Chioma a sash for the best latecomers. We all know Chioma received it with open hands. She received it graciously. She proudly wore the sash and the crown to go with. Well, he forgot to bring the crown, but she apologized and she said she's trying to be better. You know, she's atoning for her mistakes. So moving forward, Uti then, you know, played a clip of Mariam's dinner. Well, Mariam's lunch that turned into dinner at her place. And, you know, as the girls, if they addressed, you know, if they all spoke their mind to Chioma and Caroline. And Tiana said they all spoke their mind, you know, and moved on except for Laura. And then Mariam also said that she also she didn't really say much because she told the girls no drama, so she didn't want to bring drama. But the reason why she kept quiet was because Iyabo had said everything she wanted to say, just in a calm manner. And you know, Laura said she wasn't actually mad. She wasn't really angry that they were late. But she wasn't really angry that they were late. You know, she said they even had fun. They went upstairs in karaoke night. Just the next day she sent a message. So Iyabo said, oh, Uti then asked why she was being cranky and all, and Laura said it was the mimosa she drank. And then Uti asked Iyabo what she thought, and she said well, she would have believed that she was a little bit tipsy, that's why she was acting funny. But because she sent a message the next day, Iyabo said she would have believed her if not because of the text Laura sent addressing Chioma and Caroline's lateness. And then which she said it was rude, and then Laura said she didn't think the message was rude. She was just addressing the situation. And so Uti then went ahead to read some popular tweets that was going on Twitter about Caroline and Chioma when they were, you know, about the whole message Laura sent about addressing their lateness. And the people are basically saying that Laura did not really insult the girls. There was nothing rude about the message she sent to the group, because she was only addressing the lateness between Chioma and Caroline. And some were saying Chioma was just encouraging Caroline to be angry at Laura. And when the whole fight happened, Chioma was just on her own. And Chioma clarified that she wasn't hyping or encouraging Caroline to fight with Laura, because Mariam had actually called her on the phone and they were talking about it, and Mariam told her to just keep quiet, while Iyabo was trying to communicate with Caroline and told her not to say anything. But Caroline went ahead to send a message which she accused Laura of being pimped. And so Uti addressed that whole situation, and then he asked Laura. And Laura, she did tell us again that she wrote a book, how to make money on Instagram or social media, or how to be a social media influencer. And she did not sell those books. She gave them out for free. She went to her school faculty, the students, she gave them for free. People would buy the books while she gave other people the books for free. So a friend of hers knew a certain governor that was around, and then he introduced them. And then she said she went there. The man only bought 2 books actually, and she left. And so she doesn't understand why Caroline would accuse her of being pimped with a certain governor. And then she also said that she's an Igbo woman married to an Igbo man, which she said it was a taboo to cheat on her husband, because even after Caroline made the accusation, her family members were calling her saying, "What is this lady saying?" And when Laura mentioned her statement, mentioned that she's an Igbo woman married to an Igbo man and cheating is a taboo, my thought was, yes, actually in Igbo culture it's a huge taboo for the women to cheat. I know their men do cheat, but it's a huge taboo for the women to cheat, and you have to do like a ritual. And I would say theirs is more strict than other cultures. We all know other cultures have their own traditions. The women should cheat, they have different rituals they have to do, which, guys, I don't believe Laura cheated. She also mentioned that she had cheating, pimping, and her name have never collided. They've never mentioned her when they're mentioning women that cheat on their husband. So she was surprised that this is the first time, and Caroline would accuse her of being pimped with a certain governor. And Uti asked Caroline if she had anything to say, and she said no, she's sticking to her story, because the people she was seen with the governor were the same people who told Caroline herself that she was pimped with the governor. And then Laura was like, "So you did not see me, you heard." And then she was like, "The same way you did not see me with those small boys," because Laura had mentioned that they're at the meeting Iyabo had when Laura and Caroline were about to get physical. Laura had mentioned that she sleeps with younger men. So Laura had mentioned that Caroline sleeps with younger boys. And so Caroline mentioned that the same way you did not see me with those small boys, or the small boys humping me or whatever, but you mentioned it's the same way I did not see you, and I cannot be there when you're doing your dirty business. And guys, I feel like the thing is, Caroline lies a lot. I'm very certain that no one actually told Caroline anything. She made it up. Why is it out of all people it was only Caroline that heard of that? There's so many people that would have heard of it. Laura's sister, Laura's husband, they would have told more people, and the story would have spread around, because Guys, Laura is a social media influencer. So if she does something like this, there's no way that someone would know something like that happened and will not spread it around. I mean, it's money. They get money for it. Your story gets sold. People buy your story. So I am 100% sure that Caroline is lying. And Laura didn't have anything to say. I mean, what else can she say? She has said her truth and that's it. Laura. So Uti addressed the situation between Toyin and Laura, and as he showed a clip of when Laura and Caroline had the fight, and Laura was in her vulnerable state, crying, and telling Toyin that what she did was wrong and she would never ever sit back and watch someone fight her. And so Uti had asked Toyin if looking back, would she have done things different? And Toyin has said no, she would have done it the same way, because first of all, Laura had shut her down in front of everyone before when she was trying to check up on her, and Laura just shut her down like that in front of everyone. It's not just shutting her down, but because it's in front of everyone, and because those same 6 women, or would I say 5, always tell her that, Toyin, I don't know why you're friends with Laura. She's this, she's that, she's moody, she's not a good friend, she doesn't like you. And so she felt betrayed and she felt stupid. So Uti had asked if it was some kind of punishment, and she said no, it wasn't a punishment, it's her feelings. Laura should not expect her loyalty, and she should expect her not to feel how she wants to feel, because it's her feeling. And Uti had then asked Laura about what she thought, and she said she really genuinely liked Toyin, but looking back at the show, watching it, and she saw Toyin's diary session, she said back to back it was nasty comments about her from Toyin, and she did not understand because she loved her. And then Toyin said yes, she left those nasty comments because she knew she was gonna watch it. And Laura was like, I don't even want to talk about Toyin at this moment, And guys, it was just really stupid for me. I mean, Toyin is not a genuine friend. Toyin does not like Laura. Laura, I wish you would have. I wished Laura had said so much more to Toyin at that moment. But Laura held to. That's the thing. I feel like Laura's weak point, her weak point is her loyalty. She has genuine loyalty for people she loves so freaking much, and she loves Toyin. I wish she would have said so much to Toyin, but she just held back, and I was really, really disappointed with Laura. I was so disappointed. Like, this is a person that has been saying nasty things about, and guys, then Toyin was like, if you like me, you cannot be saying at the show that I told you things that Caroline said about you. Girl, you told her things. So who should she say she said something? I mean, even when Uti asked if who told her stuff that Caroline said, Laura did not even say it was Toyin. She said it was a strategy. So girls, don't expect Laura to wipe your ass. I mean, girl, go sit down. Toyin is just, I don't know, I really liked Toyin because I knew her prior to the show. Like, I follow her on Instagram and I see her, I just watch her stories. But with this show, I've seen a different side of Toyin that I do not like. She's that kind of friend that my mother would tell me to stay away from. Her and Caroline. And then, so Uti then played a clip of when Tiana, which is Toyin, had asked Caroline during the trudeau there in Abuja that Chioma hosted about her ex, which was her last marriage. And then Toyin had then said that she wasn't asking that question as a pettiness or anything. She was just asking that question so people would hear that she's asking that question, and that she wanted them to hear Caroline's response, because Caroline had been spreading rumors that that Toyin was the reason why her marriage did not work with her ex-husband. And so then that was what caused the fight between Caroline and Toyin at the reunion, and they were going back and forth. And Toyin said she was because of Caroline, she got beat up by people because she would stand by her and support her. Her husband would beat Caroline. Caroline would be the Toyin would be the one to press her body with hot water. And Caroline had mentioned that Toyin was spreading rumors about her, saying she slept with like 6 people in a month, and her husband told her to stay away from Toyin, and they were going back and forth. Caroline saying she kicked Toyin out of her house because Toyin wanted to, you know, seduce her husband. It was just so much, guys. The drama between Toyin and Caroline, their 12-year friendship that ended, I don't even want to go into it because there's so many. They say he say, she say. I don't know. It makes me tired. It makes me weak. At this point, I'm even starting to lose interest in this at this point because I'm talking about the friendship. But they went back and forth, you know. And so guys, that's a wrap for part 1 of the reunion. Now moving on to part 2 of the reunion. Uti then brought the issue about Chioma and Toyin, about, you know, the whole problem Toyin has with Chioma about her lateness. And Chioma, you know, said for some reason every time Toyin has a problem with her being late, saying she's doing it on purpose to make an appearance. And Chioma made mention that even if she's the first to arrive or the last to arrive, she's always gonna make an appearance because she's that kind of person. And Toyin said no, her issue is not about making trying to be special or her dressing. It's just she does it intentionally just so she could get attention. And she made mention of Laura's fashion I think it was Laura's fashion show. Yeah, she said Chioma had actually come on, she was on time, but she decided to stay back and start touching her face with makeup just so she could come last and make an appearance. And Chioma said that Toyin was bullying her with her statement, like, and Toyin was like, how am I bullying you? She said, you're saying every time I have to put up touching my face with makeup, I'm putting that am I that ugly? She said that was a bullying statement. And then Chioma has said that she was so bothered about her. And even at Laura's fashion show, Toyin was talking about her fashion line, and she said she's not a good friend. You cannot be talking about your fashion line or your fashion, your designs during your friend's fashion show. And Toyin had got pissed and angry because she said, according to her, she said Chioma had told her previously to design something for her, so she was showing her like inspirations about for a jacket she wanted to do for Chioma. So she was showing her those different designs she wanted to do for her. And Chioma said, even if that was the situation, like, can't you show me at a different time, maybe when the show is over, not during the show? And she said she only showed her because Chioma had asked her about it, and Chioma said it's a lie. Guys, I don't know. At this point, I don't know who to believe. So she, and then Chioma had made a statement saying she only told Toyin to design something for her because she saw that Toyin is always bothered about what she wears. And Toyin was like, how? You know. And then so Toyin had gotten up to slap Chioma, and then Iyabo blocked Toyin. And she was pretty pissed. And it was so sweet how Toyin's husband came and she got Toyin. And guys, when that was happening, before Toyin had gotten up to slap Chioma, when Toyin and Chioma were going back and forth, Mariam had actually gotten up and left the stage, which I feel like Mariam just wanted a bit of attention because she hasn't really gotten that attention in the show. So I feel like that was her way of getting an attention, and she did not really get any attention. I'm sorry. We're focused on Toyin and Chioma. So it was when Uti So after Uti thought the girls were calmed, Uti had gotten up to go get Mariam because she was refusing to come back to stage. And when he left to get Mariam, that was when Toyin had gotten up to slap Chioma. And then that was it for that part. So moving on. Oh, and guys, to go back, when Toyin actually gotten up to slap Chioma, guys, Caroline did the most weirdest thing. She was like, "Oh, Toyin, don't go, take it easy, don't go that far, you can't do it." I was like, some people would think that Caroline was being a good person, and even if her and Chioma are not in good terms, she's still looking out for Chioma. But guys, that is full pettiness. I'm telling you, Caroline is so manipulative and very, very scripted. Caroline is very scripted. She cares about what people think about her. She cares about the audience, how the audience perceives her. So that was a calculative move that Caroline had pulled, and I see through Caroline. I'm so sorry, I see through her. There's nothing you can tell me. I see through Caroline. She did that on purpose. That was pettiness. And just so people will say, oh, she's looking out for Chioma, even if they're not on good terms. She was just trying to be petty and make people feel like, or make people see that she's a bigger person. But girl, go sit down. And then moving on, Uti had addressed the friendship, because people were shipping Chioma and Caroline. And he said, he asked Chioma what attracted her to Caroline, and she said because they had similar likes, and her birthday is actually a day before Caroline, I believe, and they just had similarities. They love the bougie life and all of that, and that was what attracted them. And he also asked Caroline, and Caroline said it was just because they just clicked, and she saw Chioma as a little sister. And guys, they're showing memories of two of them, and I'm not gonna lie, the friendship was really, really good. It's just, I'm so happy it has ended, because guys, I didn't like the friendship, but the friendship was good, because first of all, Caroline is not who she seems to be. People are getting the wrong perception of Caroline. She's a chaotic person, but we're not seeing it in this scene. But I'm just gonna leave it. I hope season 2 is gonna come out showing the kind of person Caroline is. Caroline is so calculative. That's the problem. All her drama are off. They're like not on the scene. Like, she always brings up drama when they're not filming, and all the girls have testified. But when they're filming, she puts this kind of face like she's a calm and organized person, but she's very chaotic and she loves drama. So then Uti had gone ahead to ask the girls if they were gonna be friends, and Chioma said they're friends, it's just they're not gonna be as cool as they were before. And Caroline says she's gonna be straightforward and honest, that they cannot be friends ever again. So the ladies took a trip to Dubai for Toyin's 40th birthday, and that's where the Bass Bulls drama started. And he asked Iyabo about what happened, and Iyabo said that first of all, before that Dubai trip, the production team had been complaining about Caroline, saying she's too much drama, she's complaining about this, and they didn't want her on the show anymore. And Caroline kept saying she's tired of the show, she wanted to leave. And she had put herself in the situation, and she went to speak with Caroline so she can be on the show. And she mentioned she wasn't close with Caroline, she just wanted to make sure that there was peace. So when they were in Dubai, so she said at first we saw the clip where Laura had apologized to the girls and said she didn't want any drama and she wanted to be cool with all of the girls and have fun. They had actually initially planned that they would ignore Laura. And guys, in season 1, I think it was episode 10, where we watched the clip where Laura had said during her diary session that she thinks the girls had actually did a meeting saying they would ignore her, and people were saying Laura was crazy because she's assuming. Now we've heard it from the horse's mouth. Iyabo confirmed that they did have a meeting and planned on ignoring Laura. Laura was not crazy after all. Guys, I feel like Laura is always right now, because a lot of things she says in her diary session, because it's not confirmed yet, people are always saying she's wrong and she's too, what's the word, paranoid, you know. But now I see that Laura does know what she's saying. I mean, she studied psychology after all, so if people are, you know, if they plan something and they act a certain way, she will know. Laura's my G, she's my girl. So Iyabo said they did plan on ignoring Laura and her drama, but she saw that Laura apologized, and Iyabo said she didn't know if she was saying the truth or it was just her game plan to, you know, get drama as usual. So Laura, because we all know Laura had also apologized again in the bus when they were going for, I think it was the event Laura had planned. So Iyabo said they were talking in the room, I believe, and after that, no, they were talking in the bus, you know, about the whole situation, and then at the boat for the boat cruise they had for, I think the boat cruise that it was Tony who hosted the boat cruise, you know, she made mention that Caroline has seen them talking, and they were just talking about the fact that Laura had said she had phobia for water and did not go for the event Iyabo hosted, but she's coming for Toyin's event for the boat cruise. So they were just talking about it and trying to settle the situation, and Caroline has seen them talking. So she said she had a feeling that Caroline was not happy that Iyabo was speaking with Laura. And going back to their apartment, Laura, Iyabo, and Toyin were having a conversation, just something out of the whole situation, just a normal general conversation about friendship. And Caroline had seen them, and her countenance had changed, and she could tell her countenance has changed. And so when they were leaving, she went upstairs to say bye to the girls, because they're her girls after all. And that was when, you know, the whole thing just switched with Caroline saying, "You do too much, you know, my mother." So Iyabo has said that doing too much had really gotten to her, because she said how, you know, she involved herself in a situation when the crew and the production team were having problems with Caroline. She had involved herself in the situation so there could be peace. And now with this, she's saying that she's doing too much, because she knows she has done too much for Caroline, because she cares for her. And for Caroline to say she's doing too much, that hit a button, like that hits something for her. And she never cries, she doesn't cry for anyone, just for her children, but she cried that night for Caroline, because she was deeply hurt that no amount of gifts would have, you know, resolved or made her feel better. So even when Caroline had bought her a gift, she did not want to receive the gift. It was Chioma who gave her a signal to take the gift, and it was even Iyabo it was Toyin who opened the gift, because she didn't want to open, she wanted to return the gift. And Uti had asked about the Billionaires Club, and Iyabo had mentioned that was her worst day ever, because she was really irritated and angry, and she had to put up a good face because of Toyin's birthday, but she wasn't happy and she wasn't having it. And because she had a feeling that Caroline's apology was not true, and Mariam and Chioma had confirmed that yes, her apology was not sincere. But then Caroline had she said her to Iyabo that her apology was sincere and she really meant her apology from the depth of her heart. And guys, I don't believe that apology was true, because Caroline had mentioned several times that she did not want to apologize to her. She has to apologize once. If Iyabo wants to take it, she should take it, or she should leave it. So even Mariam had confirmed that Caroline has said those things and said she did not want to apologize. But Caroline only apologized when she saw Iyabo wherever she was saying that her rubbish speech. Because guys, we all know in episode 11, I believe episode 11 or 10 again, Iyabo had gone to the apartment where the girls were, and she heard Caroline saying shit about her and saying, oh, I'm not gonna apologize and this is blah 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 blah. So then moving forward, Mariam had returned the gift Caroline bought for her, which was a perfume, and she explained to Uti, or to the viewers, that during her lunch that she hosted at her house, Chioma had told her that Caroline did not want to come because she said that all these people, they do juju, so she cannot go to her house for lunch when she doesn't know Mariam. She doesn't have a relationship with her, and she doesn't know the kind of person she is, so she doesn't trust her to go to her house. And Chioma had clarified that yes, Caroline has said, be careful with all these people. I'm not gonna go for her lunch because you don't know that all these people, they do jazz, and even if you go, make sure you open your water. Don't let them open it. Don't keep your bag there. Don't keep your that bag. I was like, hey, look at all these things that are going behind the scene, guys, and we don't know. So Caroline can say something. I was like, girl, that was so below the belt to accuse someone of jazz. So I guess that was why oh, and Chioma had also mentioned that Caroline had told her so many stuff about Iyabo and said she did jazz. So guys, I'm thinking that was what inspired Iyabo to wear that her outfit she wear the Reno, because I was like, we know Iyabo is crazy with her style, but something must have been behind it, and I'm guessing that was because of what Chioma had told the girls that Caroline said. And at the same time, like, wow, okay. So guys, then Uti had then asked the girls, moving on, what they've learned from the show. And of course, so Iyabo has said she has learned to carry her own cross, because she's always over helping with people, carrying that cross, trying to overdo things. So from now on, she's gonna let everyone carry their own cross. Laura said more TV shows because she enjoyed season 1, so she wants more reality TV shows. Toyin said more with her fashion line. Chioma said she has a new project coming on, but she doesn't want to say anything now till it's done. So with Mariam, Caroline said she's just gonna learn to not hold grudges. Like if she's pained or hurt with something, she's gonna go ahead and speak out and not hold it, because holding stuff can make you, just blow up and blow things out of proportion. So she's gonna try to speak out when she's hurt. And Laura has said, maybe she might go into acting, and Caroline was encouraging her to try it. It might be good for her. I was like, look at Caroline. And then they went ahead to do a toast, and all the girls toasted, but Caroline did not toast with anybody. I was like, So guys, and then I'm so happy I actually waited to do this video, because I think it was after a day after we saw the tweets going on Twitter. Apparently Caroline had tweeted something. Let me just read it out for you guys. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So Iyabo has said, never have I ever seen an old crocodile believe in her own lies an old woman calling her mate old because she believes in her head that she's 10 years younger. And Iyabo was referring to Caroline. And guys, really, all these things, I feel like they should have been said on the reunion so we can look at their facial expressions and really hear what they have to say. Then Caroline has said the old crocodile is Chioma, but I ain't surprised you ran to do ass liquor. Obviously the shoe fits you. I ain't sorry. So apparently Caroline had tweeted something about an old crocodile, but she was referring to Chioma, but Iyabo thought she was referring to her and she went ahead to go off on Caroline. Guys, but to be honest, in this show, Caroline is a huge liar. I mean, who said, I think it was Laura said, not Laura, and Chioma and Tony had actually said that during the reunion, that it's surprising and it's really pitiful how Caroline lives in her own lies. And guys, this is so true. Like, she lies with confidence. She believes her own lies and she lives in it. And I'm really sorry for her. I'm really, really sorry for her. Because throughout the show, she's been lying and lying. But guys, that's the end of I was gonna say keeping house with the but that's the end of the Real Housewives of Lagos season 1. And season 2 will be coming out pretty soon, but we don't know when. But at this point, I believe all the housewives will be returning in season 2. Hopefully there'll be new housewives. Thank you so much for enjoying. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Guys, help your girl grow. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Bye.